Hi there, welcome to Shopcast number 17. This one's going to be talking about Noro Silk Garden in a little bit, but first I have something very exciting to show you. Number one is the new Knitscene is in, and that's my name, that's me! I designed this. This is my first sweater, and there you can see the back view. This is my first sweater that I've ever designed for publication, and I am really happy with it because that side there. Seeing something that you've designed in a magazine with a fashion model like wearing it and stuff, it's like, oh my god, it looks so amazing. So, and number two, whoop, that is also my name. So in the same magazine, it is an article on the cover, it's mentioned, plus doing custom sleeves, what you need to know. And this is the first article that I've ever written for a magazine as well. So two firsts, I'm very excited. We have a few extra copies of this in stock just because I am featured in it, so if you'd like to see what I've done and support me in my designing work and support Knitscene and thank them for supporting me, come on by and pick up a copy. If you definitely want one, you can call us and we'll put it on hold if you're not going to be able to come in for a couple days. Number two, show and tell. This is the vest that I am making, the less gendered vest, out of Berroco Blackstone Tweed. And the pattern is called Peter Easy. I just got to the point of joining the shoulders. There's my, actually, well, that needs to be blocked and then it will look much nicer. It's not a straight line just because they did a little bit of shaping to make it slanted, because our shoulders don't do this, they actually tilt. So it's fairly common to bind off a few stitches, finish your row and come back and then bind off the last few and it gives you a slant. But then they do so together a little bit funky. Tonight's really quick lesson is, if you are knitting with a nice tweedy yarn, like the Blackstone Tweed, that perhaps isn't so strong. So if I take this yarn and even pull on it a tiny bit, sure, it makes me a liar. Pull on it a tiny bit. It comes apart really easily, so not appropriate for seaming. So I grabbed some Cascade. This is Cascade in a fairly close color. This is a little bit more purple, but there is purple in the tweed, so it's not horrendously far off. And when you do the seaming, it disappears anyways. But the Cascade is nice and strong, and I could pull on that quite a long time, and it's not going to go anywhere. So if you're seaming tweedy yarns, don't use the same yarn. Find something that is stronger. You can also go a little bit of a finer weight if you happen to have some in your stash, and then your seam will be that much less bulky. Cool, hey? Probably by next week I will have the ribbing on this. A lovely friend of mine is planning to model it for me. It won't be my boyfriend Chris because he finds wool horribly, horribly itchy, but Paul has offered to show it off, and I look forward to sharing that with you once it's done. It'll be living here in the store, and you're welcome to come by and try it on yourself. It actually fits me, which I'm a little surprised about because normally things need a little bit more bust shaping to look good on me, but it's not so form-fitting as, say, the one I'm wearing right now, but it's still quite good. Okay. Feature yarn is Noro Silk Garden. Oh, hello, Noro Silk Garden. Things to know, the price per ball is $11.95. That gets you 100 meters. It's an Aran weight, which is about 18 to 20 stitches. I've made hats with it knit at 20 stitches and it's quite nice, but it can go a little bit looser to 18. It is 45% silk, 45% kid mohair, which means it's come off the goats when they're young, so it's a little bit finer. And then 10% lamb's wool. The awesome thing about Silk Garden is, most of the Noro yarns, is that they do these really cool color gradients and they change slowly. We have, as you can see behind me, 12 colors that have just come in. Some of them are colors we already have, some of them are new. Some of them are the neutrals that I was talking about last week with the Noro Curion, which is 100% wool, so this is now the silk mohair wool blend. But we again have that in the darker neutrals and in the creams, over here down on the bottom of the creams. And I was going to show you, this is my favorite of the new colors. So that one has oranges and reds and purples and a little bit of green, a little bit of periwinkle in there. And one of these is probably coming home with me tonight to go and play. And that's about it. Tonight's going to be quick and short and simple. We do have requests later on to do tours of the shop on the video cast for those of you who've been watching from farther away or around the world, so you can see where this wonderful store is instead of just seeing the sock yarns behind me. So we'll have a video camera that can actually move delivered in the next week or so, and we will give you that tour. In case you're wondering, I'm standing in front of a computer. Oh, I'm sitting in front of a Mac computer right now and just recording via the webcam, so I don't have the ability to go for a walk just yet, but that'll happen. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you about Silk Garden is it actually goes really nicely with the mountain mohair. It's about the same weight, and the mohair being light and airy and also having that kind of sheen to it, very similar to the Silk Garden, they go together really well. If you go to my project pages on Ravelry, you can see the 2 adult surprise jackets I've made, striping mountain mohair in a solid color with the Silk Garden in a variegated color. And they're lovely. Some people may find this a little bit itchy against the skin, but if you're okay with things like Cascade, you should probably be okay with Silk Garden up against your neck. If not, like my mom's a little bit sensitive, so she's actually making a collar out of Lima to tuck inside her mountain mohair and Silk Garden jacket when she wears it out, so it won't prickle quite so much. So options, but it's gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. The other big project to look for on Ravelry is called the Lady Eleanor Stole. It's entrelac, which means that you're doing kind of zigzaggy diamonds as you go, and then you do zigzaggy diamonds back the other way. Amazing and gorgeous, a little more intricate, perhaps suitable for your challenging project for the new year. But you should go check that out. If you need to learn entrelac, you could drop into one of our project classes if there's space, and we can get you hooked up with some entrelac skills. I think that's it. Drop me a line on Facebook. Let me know if you have any other requests for future shows, and I will be back in a week or so. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.